Hi, I'm Nick Pegarsch here with Senator Bush. I'm representing the Opportunity Coalition, and we just want to talk to you a little bit about equity in education.
Absolutely.
Okay, 80% of Americans believe that society functions better when all groups have an equal chance in life. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being equal education opportunity, how would you rank the current status quo in the state of Illinois?
Gosh, I would not rank it any higher than a 3.
Okay, could you elaborate a little bit on
Yeah.
the 3?
Sure. So we know that we have one of the most inadequate formulas in the United States. Your zip code really does predetermine what kind of education you're going to get in the state of Illinois. And we see it here in Lake County. We see the haves and the have-nots. And frankly, your zip code shouldn't determine, we've heard this over and over again, but it's really true. Your zip code should never determine what kind of quality education you're going to get. We all know, look, I serve on the education committee, and obviously you're an educator, so
Indeed.
you already know this, I'm sure, inside out. But the studies really show that by 3rd grade or 4th grade, depending on the study, if you are not reading at grade level, your trajectory totally changes. The student who's reading at that level, who's had the proper exposure and education, has an opportunity to take a certain trajectory that just goes straight up. And you can follow that line. And the student who didn't have those opportunities grows at about, this rate versus this rate.
Yes.
So, I mean, we know it. And this is a formula that people have been trying to fix for 40 years. There's been certainly some tremendous work done there, but we get the work done, we do the task force, but we never seem to make that tough decision to change the formula.
And why is it important for our state to offer our children equal education opportunities?
I think that living in the United States, one of the things we're really proud of is that we are a land of opportunity. No matter where you came from, no matter who you are, the promise is you can be whoever you want to be. You can do whatever you want to do. But the fact is, it's very difficult to achieve that without a quality education. So I think that promise is something that is inherent in our Constitution, and obviously, I just believe we need to be doing a better job of in the state of Illinois.
Okay. Speaking of, what
Yeah.
could or should the state do in order to create more equal opportunities for our students?
Yeah, well, first of all, we need to change the funding formula. That's just a given. We all know that. The devil is in the details. It's hard, though. These things are difficult to do. We're in the suburban area, and some of our school districts would stand to lose money, where, we believe they're kind of the mean, right? And to take money away from them to, give monies to schools that maybe need a little bit more financial help, but that's really foreign to people that, they're going to give up something where they think they've just barely got enough anyway. So I would say, first of all, we need more money in education to begin with, and then you can move that that formula forward more easily, because then you're not taking it away from some of the, I would consider, the mean suburban schools. And the only way, to me, you're ever really going to push this formula forward is by making sure we're adequately funding to begin with. There's it's called EFAB, which is the Education Funding Advisory Board. They recommend the funding level somewhere over $8,700. I think it's close to $9,000 now. We're funding at about $6,300, $6,400. So there's a gap there of about $3,000, actually, maybe as high as $3,500. More money that we need to be putting in per student. So I think we have to put more money in, adequacy, so we can get to equity.
Okay. And in closing, why do you think opportunity is such an important American value?
I think it's an important American value because it's what this country was really based on, right? You came to the land of opportunity. People that come to this country really believe that it's a place like no other. It is a place where you can grow up in poverty, and if you have the right opportunities, the sky is the limit for you. And it really is that promise, that we have here. not, other countries really don't have that. I mean, you look at some countries that have caste systems, you know, pretty much your last name or where you were is where you're always going to be. And we really need to live up to that promise because we're still self-segregating. We are still, you know, in a position in this state, in other areas in this country, you know, where many times, you know, these are areas where there are high immigrant populations, skin color differences, you know, and that's not how this country, how we were founded, and it's not who we are and who most of us certainly don't want us to be. But I think opportunity is everything. Access to opportunity really does level that playing field. And I think that's why opportunity is really important.
Excellent. Thank you for joining us,
Yeah.
Senator Bush.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate you coming, and you're doing great work.
Thank
really.
you.
Thanks.